What if I told you that every time you've booked a flight, you've likely overpaid? Every time you've booked a flight, you've likely overpaid, not by a little, by hundreds of dollars. What if everything you believe about finding a good deal, booking early, comparing a few sites, being flexible is just a fraction of the story? The airline industry has spent decades building a fortress of pricing strategies, a complex maze designed with one single purpose: to separate you from as much of your money as possible. They've perfected a system so confusing, so opaque, that most travelers simply give up and pay whatever price is displayed on the screen, assuming it's the best they can get. This isn't a simple case of supply and demand. It's a carefully orchestrated performance, and you've been an unwitting participant. Today that ends. We're not just pulling back the curtain, we're ripping it down. This is an exposé of the airline industry's most closely guarded secrets. These aren't your typical travel tips you'd find on some generic blog. Powerful, sometimes controversial, incredibly effective tactics industry insiders and the most elite travelers use to save thousands. We're talking about legal loopholes, psychological tricks, technological exploits that can slash your ticket costs in half. The information you're about to receive is so valuable that some travel consultants charge a fortune to share just a piece of it. For you today, it's all free. Prepare to have your understanding of air travel completely shattered. The truth is, airlines don't see you as a passenger. They see you as a data point with browsing habits and purchasing patterns to be analyzed and exploited. They've built their multi-billion-dollar empires on the foundation of consumer ignorance. They count on you not knowing that the price you see is not a fixed number, but a fluid suggestion tailored specifically to you. They rely on the fact that you won't question the endless fees, the nonsensical surcharges, or the bizarre fluctuations in price that happen from one minute to the next. They want you to feel powerless, to believe that airfare is an unpredictable force of nature. But it's not. It's a game, and they've been the only ones with the rule book. By the end of this deep dive, you will never look at a flight search the same way again. Think of this as your personal masterclass in travel hacking. You'll be armed with an arsenal of strategies that put the power back in your hands. Before we dive in, help us continue this fight. If you believe in leveling the playing field, hit like and subscribe. Every subscription funds more exposés. Now let's get into the first secret airlines don't want you to know. Have you ever experienced that frustrating moment of digital déjà vu? You find a flight, the price seems reasonable, but you decide to think it over. You come back an hour later or the next day, search for the exact same flight, and suddenly the price has jumped by $50, $100, or even more. You curse your luck, assuming you just missed out. But what if it wasn't bad luck at all? What if the airline's website knew you were coming back? That's not paranoia, it's by design. This phenomenon is called dynamic pricing, and it's one of the most common and effective tricks in the airline's arsenal. It's the digital equivalent of a salesperson seeing you eye a product, then raising the price tag right before you reach for your wallet. Here's how they pull it off. The moment you visit an airline's website or a major booking engine, they plant a small file on your computer or phone called a cookie. This cookie acts like a digital name tag, tracking your every move. It records what flights you search for, how many times you search for them, and how long you spend on the page. Each time you repeat a search, you're basically sending a signal of desperation. The algorithm interprets your repeat visits as high purchase intent, and because you're a motivated buyer, it calculates that you'll be willing to pay a premium. The price then mysteriously inflates, just for you. But stopping this is shockingly simple. The solution is to become a ghost. You need to erase your digital footprints so their algorithms can't follow you. The easiest way to do this is by always searching for flights in incognito mode or private browsing. This function prevents websites from saving cookies to your device. Every time you open a new incognito window, you appear as a brand new customer, and the airline has no choice but to show you the standard, non-inflated price. For an extra layer of protection, you can use a virtual private network, or VPN. A VPN masks your location, making it appear as if you're searching from a different city or even a different country, which can sometimes unlock even lower fares. This one simple habit, going incognito, can save you hundreds of dollars a year. There's one exact day and time airlines don't want you to know about. Have you ever wondered why the same flight can cost $300 on a Monday, $500 on a Friday, and $250 on a Tuesday? Most travelers just shrug and accept this as the random, unpredictable nature of airfare. The The truth is, there's nothing random about it. Airline pricing operates on a surprisingly predictable weekly cycle. For decades, the answer among travel industry insiders has been remarkably consistent. The best time to book flights is on Tuesday afternoons, specifically around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most airlines launch their weekly sales early on Tuesday morning. By Tuesday afternoon, competitors have seen those sales and rush to match them. The result? A market-wide price war. A gold rush moment lasts just a few hours every Tuesday. You'll find the absolute lowest prices of the week, so make it a habit. Set a calendar reminder. Use Tuesday afternoons for research and booking. The other critical factor is how far in advance you book. Booking too early, say 9 months out, can be just as expensive as booking too late. For domestic U.S. flights, data points to a consistent window, generally between 1 and 3 months before departure. Rock bottom prices often around 6 to 8 weeks out. For international travel, the timeline stretches out. The optimal window, between 2 and 8 months before departure, with the best deals often around 4 to 6 months. Combine this with the Tuesday afternoon trick. Start monitoring in the right booking window. Use a tool like Google Flights to track prices, and when you see a significant drop, especially on a Tuesday afternoon, act. Sometimes the cheapest ticket isn't to your city, it's through your city. Have you ever considered that the cheapest way to get to your destination might be to book a ticket to a city you have no intention of visiting? It sounds completely insane, but this is the mind-bending reality of airline pricing. This powerful technique is known as hidden city ticketing or skip lagging. Airlines price by market demand and competition. That creates a paradox. Flying through a city can be cheaper than flying to it. Classic example, you need to fly New York to Chicago. You search direct flights and the airline quotes $400 for the direct route. But then you notice something strange. A flight from New York to Denver with a layover in Chicago costs only $250. Book the cheaper New York to Denver ticket. The plane lands in Chicago for the layover. You get off the plane, walk out of the airport, and go about your business. You skip the final leg. You've arrived at your real destination and saved $150. First and most importantly, this trick only works with one-way tickets. If you miss a leg, airlines will cancel all subsequent flights on that ticket. The second golden rule, carry on only. Checked luggage is tagged and sent to the final ticketed destination. So pack light. Specialized sites do the work. Skip lagged is the most famous. The airlines absolutely despise this practice. While not illegal, you're violating their terms. Use this strategy sparingly and be aware of risks like rerouting. Think delays only waste your time? They could make you money. Think back to the last time you were stuck in an airport staring at the departures board as your flight status changed from on time to delayed. But what if I told you that in many situations that delay isn't just an inconvenience? What if it's a potential payday? Under specific laws, they could owe you hundreds. The most famous of these is a European Union rule known as EU 261. This regulation is the bane of airline legal departments and a potential goldmine for informed passengers. It mandates compensation for long delays provided the disruption was within the airline's control. These include technical problems, staffing shortages, or crew scheduling errors. Short flights around €250, medium haul about €400, long haul about €600, often more than $650. That's per passenger. Airlines are legally obligated to pay cash. They will usually offer vouchers or miles first. Reject them. Filing a claim is easier than you think. Document everything. Note when the plane doors actually open at the arrival gate. Take a screenshot of the flight status. Get ready to claim the money you are owed. The right card can turn $1 into $3 in free travel. It sounds like financial alchemy, but it's the simple truth behind strategic credit card hacking. The biggest mistake is pledging loyalty to a single airline's credit card. They are a trap. They lock you into a rigid ecosystem where the airline controls the value of your miles. True power players use general travel rewards cards. These points aren't tied to one airline. They're a flexible currency, transferable to many partners. This transferability is where multiplication happens. Programs often run transfer bonuses. 50,000 points becomes 65,000 miles. 15,000 miles created from the bonus. One of the most valuable of these is airport lounge access. Another game-changing benefit is the suite of travel protections that come baked into these cards. When you add up these credits, you often find that the card is paying you back more than its annual fee, making all the other perks pure profit for your travel budget. When airlines screw up, you win big. Just imagine booking a round-trip flight to Tokyo for $250, or snagging a first-class seat to London for the price of a coach ticket. They're called error fares, the holy grail of cheap travel. These are the moments when airlines' automated pricing systems screw up, big time. A simple human typo, a currency conversion glitch, a coding bug. Airlines don't advertise their mistakes. You need to be plugged into the right communities. Specialized sites and services hunt for pricing anomalies 24/7. When you get an alert, you have to move with lightning speed. The number one rule is to book first and ask questions later. Book the ticket immediately. Most major airlines offer a 24-hour free cancellation policy, which gives you a risk-free window to sort out your plans. The golden rule is to not make any non-refundable travel plans for at least a week or two. Wait until it's clear the airline is going to honor the ticket. Airlines won't tell you this, but if you ask the right way, you can sometimes get them to hand you money back. This next secret is one of the most underutilized, hiding in plain sight within the fine print of airline policies. Many major carriers have unofficial policies to match a competitor's fare on the same route. It must be apples to apples. The key to success is to pick up the phone. Be polite but firm. Explain you are a loyal customer, but you found a verifiable lower fare. The second way is to watch for price drops on the very flight you just booked. Southwest Airlines is the most generous, offering the difference as travel credit. Many airlines have a 24-hour rule. After booking, set a reminder. If you see a drop, take a screenshot and call the airline immediately. So there you have it. We've pulled back the curtain and handed you the master key to the airline industry's pricing fortress. For decades, they've made billions by keeping you in the dark. They count on your confusion, but after today, that's a lie. You're not just a passenger. You're a player with the playbook. You're armed with secrets most travelers will never know. This knowledge is your permanent upgrade. Knowledge is power. You have it now. Now the question is, what will you do with this information? Would you try these tricks on your next trip? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more insider exposés. So go forth and fly smart. Use these secrets to see more of the world for less. Until next time, fly smart and keep more of your money where it belongs, in your wallet. See you at 30,000 feet.